Welcome to my channel, Real Life. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, and for today's video is about our experience on filing the I-129 petition for alien fiancé. Disclaimer guys, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an expert, and I'm not also affiliated to any government agency. What I'm sharing to you is only based on my own experience, our experience with the one who need to file this I-129 petition for alien fiancé is your U.S. citizen fiancé. So, this is the first step of the process to bring your fiancé to United States to marry within 90 days. Compiling this petition, me and my fiancé and my husband now made this together. So we double check, we both double check this application form before we send it to USCIS. So, June 7, 2023, my fiancé sent the petition for me to USCIS. And June 9, 2023, my husband received the NOAA 1, which is the notification that they received his petition in USCIS. And then, February 24, we got the approval of his petition, that is the NOAA 2. And we received an approval February 22, 2024. So it's like July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So 8 months before we got the approval of the petition. And after that, guys, even though we received notification of approval, it's not yet finished. It's still, we need to wait for another instruction from USCIS. Because that time, the USCIS approved our petition, approved the petition of my husband for me. And they mentioned there that we need to wait for another instruction before we move on, or we need to book for interview. And March 26, 2024, the petition was sent to NBC Phnom Penh U.S. Embassy, because I was working in Cambodia that time, and that's why we choose get the interview and in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. That the document that I received March 26 is, I also received the copy, that is the K1FTP. That is the documents, which is after the NBC Phnom Penh U.S. Embassy received the petition, they send me again another email. April 2, 2024, I received the email, which is, they call it Packet 3 from Phnom Penh U.S. Embassy. So guys, after I received the email, April 2, 2024, I received also the instruction on what things I need to do next. So the first thing I did was filled up on the DS-160 on SEAC. After I filled up, I made the payment for my interview to the bank. After I paid it, I go back to the SEAC website and key in there that is the receipt number. So after I key in the receipt number, it popped up there on the screen, the schedule, what day I need to schedule. For example, they are full already on that month. So you can see there which schedule available for you. So you have to choose on that. And my interview was April 25th, 2024. But before that, 3 days before that, I received an email from Phnom Penh U.S. Embassy that they moved my interview 2 days earlier than the schedule. So I have to be there on that day. And now guys, it's the day of my interview. There is something happen. During my interview, I bring everything. You know, this is the thing, before you go to the interview, night before that, you should check everything if already everything you need was there in your envelope or in your bag. In your envelope only, because you cannot bring a bag inside the U.S. Embassy. It's not allowed. And the envelope that you can bring should be plastic, transparent, so they can see inside. And only your documents will be there. During my interview, sad to say, I forgot my picture, my ID picture, because you should have that. So I'm already worried because I forgot it. And after they review again all my documents, I got my police clearance, NBI clearance from Philippines. I got my police clearance in Cambodia because I worked there for almost 15 years. I thought they will not ask for the Brunei police clearance because it's been a long time I worked there. But according to them, in any country you stay for more than 6 months, 6 months up, get the police clearance. So I already got 2 missing documents, including my ID and my police clearance. So, but they still proceed the interview to me. So they told me, okay, just stay there. We'll call you once it's your turn. Now, here's the interviewer. And he's a nice guy compared to the consul that interviewed to me for my tourist visa before. I'm really nervous on that. But the way he talked, so I become more confident to answer his questions. But you don't have to worry because the questions are it's really about yourself, about your fiancé. If you really know him, there's nothing to worry about. So he's very fast. He's typing while talking to me. And then this is a few minutes more. Sorry for I'm still it takes time for me to check everything. So please hold on. I'm worried that my visa might be denied. The consul issued me a 221G form. And below that form, it was mentioned how I should submit and where I should submit the missing documents. I thought it was denied. But thankfully he said, don't worry, I'm so sorry I cannot give you a visa right now. But after you produce these missing documents, the police clearance from Brunei Embassy, from Brunei, I will give you the visa. So that is I got hope. So after that interview, I really rushed to find a way to get the police clearance from Brunei. So guys, I find a way to get a police clearance. I went back to Philippines to go to the Brunei Embassy in Makati. And according to them, a month or 3 months, until 3 months, because they will not expedite it. They will just they will send it, the request and also the police clearance together with their documents that they will need to send to Brunei, and then the Brunei need to send back to them. 3 months, I received my police clearance from Brunei, and then I followed the instruction on that I need to go to the BFS Global to submit the missing documents. They give me the receipt. They said after 7 days, you will receive the notification or the result if approved or denied. So, I'm really so nervous again. Almost every day after I submitted the missing documents, almost every day I'm checking the status of my visa. But after 5 days, I saw on the online it was approved. I went to the BFS Global again in Phnom Penh to get my K1 visa, and that's it. I got it. So guys, those are the struggles that I encounter from. So guys, I hope you got I hope you watch this video from the beginning to the end, and maybe you can you have some other question. Please don't hesitate to comment down below, and I will try to answer you on the best of my knowledge. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and please do watch for my next videos about the K1 visa. Thank you for supporting my channel. Bye!